All right, guys, now we got the software working. So I wanted to come to you this evening. I've got a lot of people that emailed me and texted me a day talking about um, some things that were going on Facebook in regards to a certain post. And I was surprised at the number of people that were contacting me about this and how I was getting some of the information. And I thought it was quite interesting. And this has potential to stir some chaos a little bit. And I'm not here to do that. I'm more about the education and wanted to be able to share this with you guys, that the stuff I was seeing and getting for coming across from some friends and other people. And the main thing was what I'll share with you was, let me go to capture that window real quick here. So in the last QST, which was published not long ago, this is the September 2025 version of QST for the ARRL. The president, or chief executive officer, I should say, of David Minister from the ARRL, wrote in the first paragraph, as a membership association, there is regrettably a mismatch of notions about what the ARRL once was, what the ARRL is, what the ARRL should be, and what the role of a director or vice director is. It was even a popular notion among some that the ARRL is a representative democracy. So remember those two words, representative democracy. In order to vote wisely, there are fundamentals you need to understand that should help you bring some clarity to the choices set before you. Okay, so as we go and look at this and we think about, some people thought that the popular notion was that the ARRL was a representative democracy. They're representing us, and we get to say yes or no to them, or basically, and be able to, vote for those people that we want to have in the office to be able to represent us, right? So, anyway, thought that was quite interesting. So the big chaos came from several people on Facebook today that started writing about this. And this one guy says, "Hi, Richard. Looks like the ARRL National Association for Amateur Radio considered itself a representative democracy as recent as April 2024. And then May 15th, 2024. What changed?" And then another one was, it looks like the ARRL National Association for Amateur Radio Representative Democracy concept goes all the way back to at least April 1965, about 60 years ago. And we're going to zoom this in because we're going to see that this, talking about representative democracy then. So they've, been long claiming this for many, many years. And, the current email from the president says, though it was a popular notion that some among the ARRLs are representative democracy. Well, that's all fine and dandy. But then in the QST magazine, they called it, a representative democracy. And here's July 18, again, a representative democracy. They're talking about this again. I think this was maybe the chief executive officer back then, Barry Shelley, in 2018, prior to David Minister. And so they were talking about this. So I'm a current member of ARRL myself. And, they've, somehow the information about the ARRL being a representative democracy has changed. When and where that changed, I don't know. That's my question. I'm wondering. But this seems to be a big, upset on messages that are happening with people, upset on Facebook about this. In fact, the one message came across today to me. I will keep this one anonymous. I'm not going to share that one. But, a person wrote that, I bring this up. Actually, let me share this back out here. Let me minimize my screens. This comes from my ARRL voice. And I'll make this a little bigger for you. My screen here. So CEO Mr. on page 9, September 9th, has performed a sleight of hands and in the process of showing the cards we've been talking about for months. As a membership association, and he writes, who decided this? Did you or did 135,000 members? We know it's a corporation on the IRS form, but since when did it cease to be a representative democracy? So anyway, he goes on to say, so Mr. who is not satisfied with telling the board members how to vote and what to do is now extending his reach to the general membership to his latest editorials, telling us all how to vote. So I found this quite interesting. Again, I'm not on Facebook directly myself. All this information was sent to me, and I was quite shocked that that's what we were getting for, this happening. There we go. So anyway, I want to bring that to you, is that, it's been a long time standing of the ARRL to be a representative democracy. And apparently David Minister, the current CEO of ARRL, doesn't get that. He's changing it or trying to change it some way or another for whatever reason. And just want to bring that to your point in education and a moment to, know this was, if you're seeing some of this stuff, you got to read the full story, know what's going on. And I have another interesting story I'll be talking about in the future here about the ARRL and its history with other organizations. So anyway, I hope to hear you again. Thanks for joining me quick this evening for this quick little note. And until next time, 73 W0 MET.